I have some ideas for Twitter, and obviously this video is just not going to be about Twitter. And I'm not going to remember all the ideas I have, and maybe I've said them before on different videos, but an idea I was thinking about was, it gave me the idea with subscribing to different content creators. So the reason why I pay for my check mark is because I get more reach that way. That's a huge reason for me. Obviously I have music, obviously I have books and videos I make, and it would be cool to get more exposure for these things that I've created. So paying for a blue check mark helps the reach. I was losing followers, and I think there were bots, and maybe it was some people that I unfollowed because I just wanted to draw down my followers, not my followers, but the people I follow to. I used to follow everybody; they'd follow me back. You know, a lot of Trump people do that. And I really don't want that, so I just kind of wanted like the main popular people just to follow them. I think I was following like over 2,000 people. Now I'm following like 100 people. But me getting exposure on a couple of my tweets, it boosted my followers up. I don't know, a good 40 followers this week, and it was going down. And obviously, like, followers is just like a metric for status, I think, is something like that. The real thing is getting reach and getting seen. That's the real value to me. So I don't care if I got 100 followers, but if I'm getting a ton of reach and a ton of like engagement, that's what matters to me more than having 1 million followers and having hardly any engagement. Kind of like CNN. Well, let me get to the point finally. I think it'd be cool to be able to pay for like sponsoring people's Twitter, like parts of their Twitter, so I can buy spaces on their like their profile. I can even buy their profile picture and put my marketing right there. They're little. You get 2 places you could put photos right now, which they should do more. Or you can do the whole background of photo if you really want to. But I should be able to buy those spaces for however much they want to sell it for how, you know, it's advertisement. The same can be go for like tweets. When they tweet something, there should be some kind of a spot where I can pay for advertisement on that tweet. And you know, this could be for anybody. It could be for businesses. It could be for like regular content creators like me. Just so you get more exposure. That's the whole point. That's something Twitter needs to do. But yeah, I have other ideas. You know, kind of make it like MySpace, and I seen somebody saying like they should do like a dating type of thing, and I think that dating sites are kind of they're kind of trash nowadays. I mean, not only like the people that go on it on both sexes. I don't follow guys, but I'm guessing that a lot of guys aren't that great on there. But the females aren't very good. But when you go on these sites nowadays, they want you to pay for everything. You only get so many swipes. And the Facebook dating one I thought would be kind of cool, but I say I want to be in a specific area, and then it lets me swipe so many, and then it makes me go outside that area, and I don't want to be outside that area. If there was nobody in my area, I don't want to be swiping on people that are like 300 miles away. And I don't know why Facebook does that, but whatever. But yeah, a lot of these dating sites are just trash, and I think that, you know, like Tinder's just complete trash. A lot of them are just like a waste of time, and I think they're just becoming cringe. A a lot of people that don't really have much to offer. Not to say that I have a lot to offer, and I'm not really taking them that serious anymore. But yeah, I just like to go on there and, well, maybe I do meet somebody cool. You never know. But I go on there to see how things have changed. It's interesting to me. It's kind of sad too to see all these single moms on there, man. Like, it really is. To see all these like overweight women on there. I don't know. It probably was pretty cool to live back in the 70s when like every woman was in decent shape. Not so much anymore, and it's probably gonna get worse. What was I talking about? Yeah, they would make a dating site, something like that but it's just like it's all about money. And I remember they used to be free. I remember going on MySpace, I could search people if they were single, like with their profile, with how far they lived, even what ethnicity they were, if I can say that word right. Body size, all that stuff. So you can narrow down the search. I mean, but things are different nowadays because women get so much attention. Back then on MySpace, like, I don't think that women, it was all news, so like, I don't think that women were getting as much attention. I mean, they were, but not as much as now. So like, the guy's dating strategy is online is you either swipe on everybody, and I've done that because I just don't care. It's like, instead of going through meticulously, I would just swipe on everyone, and then if somebody that I swiped on I didn't like, they'd talk to me, I would either delete them or don't talk to them. And guys just throw out a huge net in whatever they get, like, well, if it's messages, like, I used to do this too, just throw out messages to everyone. I don't hardly when I was on there, I hardly message anybody. But things have changed. Alright, so I'm driving to work now. This is my last week of work, and it's kind of weird. It's weird working at places when I've already talked about this, when you're about done. You can't wait for it to be over, right? Like, you don't like working where you're at. There's a lot of things you despise. And then you get to that last day, and then you start realizing, wow, this is the last time I'm ever going to do this again. This is the last time I'm ever going to be here again. And you know what I mean? And you realize, I never see these people again. Not like they were great friends but it's different when you see people you work with every day. You develop some type of respect and camaraderie, I say that word right, with them, and you see them more than you actually do your own family, so it's kind of weird when you leave different places. And I've done it so much, given 2 weeks notice. It's weird, and then people come up to you like, oh, it's really, it's not like you just quit and you don't ever have to see these people again. Because I don't like goodbyes, man. Goodbyes are really awkward to me. It's kind of like somebody that's about to pass away on their deathbed. I've had my ex-wife, her mom was on her deathbed, and my ex-fiance's grandma was on her deathbed, and I didn't know what to say. How are you? Like, I didn't know what to say. It was so awkward. Because the normal thing to say to somebody is, how you doing? Especially like if you aren't that close. What do you talk about? You can't talk about the future. Like, oh yeah, this is coming. They're not. It's just like, it's so awkward and weird. And it's kind of like when you're quitting a place and you have 2 weeks notice in, it's like you're a dead man walking. It's just a weird feeling. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm weird, man. I like honestly, like I'm a sentimental person, and I try to not be. I try not to be attached to anything. For instance, I had this couch, right? Um, and I had this couch that I just got rid of. It was in bad shape. But this couch I got 6 years ago, and it was in a major transition in my life when I left my ex fiance and moved on with my life, which was really hard because like me and her broke up a couple of times, more than a couple, like 20 times. And at one point I was living in her house. I moved out into an apartment, and I didn't get any furniture. You know, so we got back together, and you know when when I got the furniture that last time we broke up, it was like, yeah, this is it. You're moving on without her. So it's kind of, there's a lot of things, and I've been through a lot with that couch. It sounds so weird, but it was like a couch I slept on a lot. I slept a lot on that couch. Being in a one-bedroom apartment with my kids, my two teenage kids, I slept on there a lot. We shared a room. They have bunk beds, and I had my own bed in there, but like half the time I would go on the couch in the middle of the night and just sleep on the couch. And then my 2-bedroom house I'm in right now, I let each of my kids have their own room. Well, before I moved into this house, I was living in a 3-bedroom house, and I would end up sleeping on the couch, especially towards the end of like being in that house. I would sleep on the couch every night instead of my own bed, which is weird. Um, and Yeah, this 2-bedroom house, I gave the bedrooms to my two teenage kids, and I just slept in the living room. Uh, so like there was a lot of there's a lot of memories that came with that couch, and it sounds so weird. I know it sounds so weird. Like it's just because I am material, but like when I was tearing it apart, it was like I was glad to get it out, tore down, because I didn't want to rent a truck and go to the dump. So I just chopped it all up. It was an easy couch to get rid of and tear up as a cheap couch. And that's why it kind of broke real quick. Or it lasted that long. But yeah, like taking it out to the curb yesterday and seeing the space where it used to be is kind of like, it's weird. It's a big change. And we humans, we can try to not get attached to things and people, but it's hard, man. Especially like, okay, so I'm leaving this place, and there's someone I really care about that I'm moving away from. She's been there for me. She probably knows me better than anybody I've ever met. And I feel bad because I think that she deserved more from me, more of a relationship. I could tell she wanted a relationship. And she's a good woman. She deserves a good. She's an awesome person. She deserves better than what I've done for her, and I kind of feel bad. But now I'm leaving like my mom and my family, but that doesn't really bother me so much. It's more so her. Like I really care about her. You know what I mean? So, like she's my best friend. Um, so we're not leaving on bad terms or nothing like that. And I've developed an attachment. I talk to her every day. Like we talk crap every day to each other. And it is weird talking to her, like knowing that we're leaving, like I'm leaving and all that. But sometimes you can't help getting attached, no matter how hard you try. I think that humans get attached to things and people And you try not to get attached. And I've said this before, you try not to get attached because things change, things come and go. You know, I think my life is so much different from an average person's life. How much change I've been through, how much adaptation I've been through, how much seeing regular things come and go. I'm not saying that other people don't have things that come and go, like a couch, like them getting rid of an old couch. They'd be happy about getting something new, an upgrade or something like that. Even leaving this job, I hate being here. I'm bored here. I hate showing up, but it still has that, you spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time here, so even leaving jobs I absolutely hate, and then just knowing that it's over, because you spent so much time there, and moving on is sometimes it's hard. And yeah, I'll move on with my life. I won't even think about that couch no more. It's like when my kid left. Man, that was a huge adjustment. When my kid left last September or August and moved to Michigan with his mom, like, it took some adjustment, and I was freaking out right before, especially like the day before he was leaving. Like, it's crazy. But then, you adjust, you adapt to your new life, and you move on. And now I'm good. I've been good for a while after he left, and I broke down, like, crying when he was leaving, like, driving away. Knew I was gonna see him again, but it's just, man, I've been there for him his whole life. You know what I mean? And hell, even his young brother, who I don't want to say that, he'd probably get mad if I say something, but it affected him too. Like, he was upset too. So it's a big change, when things happen in people's lives, and even somebody who's a seasoned veteran like me, who has dealt with, like, so many changes in my life, where I went to a different elementary school every single year. Not because I was bad, because my parents moved around. My mom and stepdad. So yeah, it's even change when you should be used to it, like somebody like me. That's what I'm trying to say. But maybe it's an opposite effect, because I've been through so much. I kind of hold on to some type of normalcy. But I don't know. It's just about adapting. Like, when I was doing good on TikTok, and I was growing subscribers really quick, or followers, and I was making videos that were getting over 100,000 views, and all of a sudden that was taken from me. I adapted. So life's about constantly adapting. That's what it is. And that's it.